The sun is going down. Hello there, my name is Grace, and today I'm going to be bringing you all of the books that I read in the month of January. January was such a great reading month for me. I finished 6 books, which is a lot more than I normally read. I very recently started reading more than one book at a time, so that's really boosting the number of books I read. I've been listening to more audiobooks as well, which I've really been liking. Let's get into the books that I read in January. The first book that I read in January is The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. I thought it was adorable and so good. I loved it so much. I read Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda last year, and I love Becky Albertalli's writing style so much. I got to page 2 and I was already like, yep, this is it. I love it. I love her voice. I love it. I love it. Molly is such a relatable main character, not just the things she goes through, but also just the way she thinks, not just the things she thinks, but the process of how she gets to things. There would be times in this book when it's just going through her thought process and how she gets to certain points, and just the thought process that she takes is exactly my brain, and it was just really validating and very nice to have that from another character who I'm like, can you read my mind? Can you? Also, there's so much representation in this book, and it's really great, and it's all done really well. I personally, for the groups that I am a part of, felt very well understood and represented by certain characters in this book. For example, there is a character with anxiety, and there is a bisexual character and a pansexual character, and when I was reading those, I was like, I see you. And also you see me, and that's a wonderful thing. There's just a lot of really good representation in here, and I loved it. The next book that I read in January was A Work in Progress by Connor Franta. I listened to this one on audiobook, and I really liked it. I am subscribed to Connor Franta on YouTube. I don't watch his videos avidly, but I do really like his videos and his style of making videos and the things he has to say. So I thought this would be a very interesting book, and I've heard that his books are great, so I decided to pick it up, and I really liked it. It was really uplifting. It was like listening to a little motivational speech in your ears, and the audiobook is read by him, and it was really good. I gave this one 5 stars as well, because it just made me feel so good about myself afterward. Next, I read Death of a Salesman by Arthur Miller, which is a play that I had to read for English class. I gave this book 3 stars because I did enjoy it, and I thought the concept was really interesting, and I think the story was told in a really cool way, but I didn't fully feel invested in the story and the characters, and it was just a little bit hard to follow. So I did really like it. It was a 3-star read for me. And next I read The Princess Saves Herself in this one by Amanda Lovelace, which is a poetry collection which talks about Amanda Lovelace's life experiences. She's been through a lot, y'all. She has been through a lot. I always read this book right when I need it the most, and I love this so much. It's so thoughtful, and it makes me feel so much. This is the second time I've read this, and like I said, I always read it right when I need it, and it's beautiful. I'm so glad that it exists. And this is the kind of poetry that I write when I write poetry. And so in addition to making me feel better emotionally, it inspires me to write, which is so great. This is everything I want. I love it. Obviously, 5 stars. And next I read Fairy Tale Volume 1, which is a library book, so again, I don't have it. I'm doing real great. I'm really sorry, I don't have most of these books. Fairy Tail is a manga which follows a group of wizards who are part of a guild, and it's pretty cool. I'm watching the anime, and a little while ago I was a little confused by the anime, so I decided to pick up the source material to see if that would help me. I'm not confused by the anime anymore, and I actually like it better than the manga. The manga to me was a little bit hard to read and a little hard to follow, and I just think that the overall art style in the anime is a lot better to me. The anime is more suited to my tastes. There were a lot of aspects of the manga that I really liked, so I did give it 3 stars. And finally, the last book for the month of January was Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling. I was reading this book throughout the entire month to finish off the Harry Potter reread that I started back in July and never finished. I wanted to finish it so I would read the epilogue on the day, but that didn't happen. Obviously, it's so nice to be back in the world of Harry Potter, and I just love this world. I love these characters. I believe that this is a pretty good conclusion, and I'm very happy with it. I know a lot of people don't like the ending to this series, but it's my whole heart. I was definitely putting off reading this for a while because I was like, if I don't read it, then they all stay alive. Right? I just love it so much. Yeah, it's 5 stars. Obviously, it's Harry Potter. What else are you gonna give it? That is it. Those are all of the books that I read in the month of January. It was such a great reading month. I really liked all of the books that I read. I'm really happy with the reading month of January, and so far, I like February maybe even better. I've been reading some good books in February. You'll see those soon, so if you want to see those, you know how to subscribe to a channel. You've done it before. You can also thumbs this video up. What am I, a YouTuber? And if you want to follow me on any of my social media, all the links are down there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.